just shock people with your victories. Hey guys, I hope you're all well and staying blessed. In today's episode, I just want to free flow because I feel like a lot of people don't know the importance of not telling people your next move. I kid you not, I stress this all the time. Keeping things private is actually good. And yes, you can confide in people and there's people that you can trust, but not everyone is going to have your best interest at heart. Even if you tell people that are genuinely happy for you, you need to just keep things to a minimum because sometimes less is more. And I have learned this over the years. You need to understand that not everyone's going to be happy for you, and sometimes them doubting you is actually going to energetically affect you. And I've felt this a lot, especially with my career. I have wanted to do a lot of stuff, but not everyone has supported me, and that is normal, especially in the career I'm in, trading, content. Those type of careers, people will doubt you because you have to put the work in. You have to see it out in the long run. I'm not going to grow thousands of subscribers straight away unless I'm lucky. And yes, it can happen because people get lucky all the time, but you do actually have to work hard to get where you want to be. And people that have a very narrow mindset will just think you don't need to work, you don't need to do these other things, you just need a 9-to-5 job and that's okay. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with a 9-to-5, but if you're trying to create a business, you're trying to do content, you're trying to start something new, when you go to someone that's very narrow-minded, they will doubt you. They'll say, that's going to take ages, it's not possible. Even if you said to someone, I know I'm going to be a millionaire, they might look at you and laugh and be like, you're funny. Like, that's never going to happen. And what that does is their doubts energetically will affect us. And that's why it's so important to be mindful of who you tell. Because trust me, not all my friends and family supported me at the start of me doing content and trading and other things that I've also dibbled and dabbled in. And let me just tell you now, yes, a few of my friends watched some of my YouTube videos at the start because they obviously wanted to support me. But you need to learn that when you start a new business, it might be lonely unless you've got like a supportive partner or a very, very good support system, which is so rare, by the way. Don't feel like you're alone if you're going through that. But now when I look in the grand scheme of things, no one around me really supports me. No one like puts my YouTube videos on. Like, I could have friends that are going through things and I've done a YouTube video on the topics. They won't watch me because people don't like to listen to people that they're friends with or like their family members because they're thinking, well, who are you with your 2,000 subscribers? Like, people just don't care. And it's sad because I feel like if you're like me and you like to see people win and you actually truly believe in people and you want to see people be successful, it can be so hard to tell people that are not happy for you and that don't care if you achieve greatness when you are very supportive as a friend, as a partner, as a family member. But this is why I say you need to be mindful of who you tell people to and never tell everyone everything, because what can happen is, one, yes, it can energetically affect us and this means it could plant a seed of doubt in our minds, but people are also jealous and envious of us, and it's the people that are closest to us that are normally like this. And I have a great bunch of friends, like, I'm not doubting my friends, and it's fine. I'm not upset they don't watch my content. They might not be into my content, they don't have to watch me, like, it's not gonna change the way I feel about them. And that is just how the cookie crumbles. What happens is when you're in business and when you're doing content and stuff, you will slowly collect your own family. So people that are watching this video are people that they want to develop their self, or they want to learn about something, or they want to learn how to overcome depression, or they want to hear my story. And that is how in the content space you grow from like attracts like, and you will also make friends in the content space. I have got friends in the content space that I can speak to about content and YouTube ideas and these opportunities and networking events that I wouldn't be able to speak to my friends that I go for nice food with because they're just not on the same page, and that is okay. But now, the thing you don't want to do is these people that don't support you, you can't expect them to praise you. And yes, you might be like that. Like, say, for example, you now are a certified content creator on YouTube, you're a partner, or you get your first sponsorship deal, or you get invited to a network event, or even bigger than that. You hit like 10,000 subscribers, then you hit 50, and then you hit 100,000, then you hit 1 million. You can't expect, although it would be lovely, for people to be like, wow, you've done so well, like here's a bunch of flowers or a balloon with like 1 million. You can't expect people to show up for you, because in this life, the only person you can expect that from is yourself. And I'm saying this because I've been there. I've been the supportive friend and not had it back. I have been let down by people, partners, friends, family members. And what I've learned is just do things on your own. Just do things in silence. Because sometimes less is more. Sometimes the less people that know about things, the more your life flourishes. The more I keep to myself, the more that genuinely naturally comes, and I'm not even joking. Another thing is, people love to gossip, and you have to be careful, because sometimes people don't gossip in the right way. They gossip in the worst and negative way. Look at Colleen Rooney, for example, that Wagafor story. I only watched that for the first time the other day. I think it was like a week ago. My daughter had the flu, and I was just trying to find some things to watch, because I'm typically a YouTube girl, but I was like, I'm actually a little bit bored of YouTube. There's not really much that I can watch. Like, I was very content overloaded, so I put that on. And what was interesting to me is she told someone that she thought was her friend. Well, yeah, she was telling her stuff, and then the press was releasing it, basically. So she basically told her, put stuff on her story, and made her believe that these things was true, so she could catch the mouse, basically. She wanted to catch what friend was selling the stories to the Sun, the newspaper. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because you also have to be mindful that sometimes when you tell people, they will go and tell your business to others. Now, behind my camera, I have my vision board, and my vision board I have not posted anywhere. Whilst I wanted to do a vision board preparation video on YouTube, I also thought, you know what, not everything is for everyone to see. Because some people are jealous, and some people will be like, I'm so glad she didn't achieve that goal. And it's actually really sad to see that some people are just so negative, and they're just really not going to be supportive. And that's okay. Something that I've learned and I've really understood, especially with YouTube. Now, this is my self-development channel, but I also do have a trading, business and finance channel, which is growing a lot quicker than this one. I only just started this one because I actually used to have one channel, and then I split my content out because I thought, you know what, I want to do a self-development channel and I want a different channel for business and finance. It makes sense, right? And what I've noticed is people over there, they talk a lot more, whereas here I'm obviously still growing. It's only just been created a couple of months ago. I have noticed the people that you don't know, the strangers, the people that watch you because they want to learn, they want to hear your stories, they are usually the people that will support you, and they will appreciate my victories. And it's important to understand that, because it can be so lonely at the start of your career if you're getting into the content space, if you're getting into the trading space, if you're getting into the beauty industry, if you're starting a new job. It doesn't matter what it is you do. It can be really hard, and a lot of people will doubt you, and they'll say that your goals are unrealistic. And let me just say, if you think it and the thought is in your mind, like, you can truly achieve it. And I know it's so cliche to say, like, the law of attraction stuff, but it's genuinely true. Don't mind I'm not swearing. Don't mind my broken now. It's so cliche to say, but it's true. If you can think it, you can truly achieve it. And not everyone's going to have a thinking mind like you. And there's going to be a whole nother episode on what I want to speak about. But just really quickly, I actually watched a podcast yesterday. And in the podcast, she was saying that you are either a thinker or a doer. And now the reason I'm bringing this up is because action is more impressive than words. Now, you can think anything you want, right? But unless you take action, unless you do it, your thoughts are just thoughts, okay? So when you're sharing your thoughts with people and you're not taking action, and they know that you've said to someone, I want to run the marathon next year. They look at you and they say, okay, that's a good idea. They start to support you, say that, wow, that's amazing. But then they slowly stop supporting you because they're not seeing action from you. They're not seeing you go on these jogs. They're not seeing you look after your health. They're not seeing you take the supplements. They're not seeing you drink a lot of water and promote it and do all of this great stuff. And now that is also another way people will doubt you, because they're not seeing you take action. You need to overall shock people with the quality of your product, and not just the dreams that you have in your mind, like the thoughts. Shock people with the quality of your product. And I say that again because you need to take it in. If you don't tell no one nothing and you just come out with a new project, you just learn how to do eyelashes or massages, or you've just got a course in engineering, whatever it is, and whoever you are, when you just shock people, that's when people will want to praise you and want to support you. But it's also good to see who is true and who is really around you for the right reasons, because sometimes people only want to know you when you're someone. Before you are someone, before you are something, before you have loads of followers on Instagram, before you have loads of millions in the bank, before you're liked by everyone in the room, some people don't respect you, and it's sad. And that's why I'm big on not telling people your every move. Like, even the guy I'm dating, for example, right? I've been dating this guy. He is very expressive. Like, he will tell me a lot. I am not like that. Like, he knew I was recording this video, said, like, good luck for your video and let me know how it goes, kind of thing. And I'm thinking, why would I tell you how it goes? And that's fine. Like, I love the support. And it's funny because I'm saying about support and his supporting, and I'm like, okay. But it's not that. It's just more like, I'm just so used to not telling people, because I don't want wishy-washy people supporting me, they're not supporting me. I also just do things. I'm a doer. I like to get things done. And I also don't really care if I'm supported or not, because yes, at the start it was not nice. It was painful. I had to go through losing friends, being with a partner that just didn't support me. And when you learn to just support yourself and show up for yourself, that's when everything changes. You can tell people things, but just be mindful that there is going to be a negative connotation that is attached to it. And you can't be upset if people don't fully support you, if you're just a thinker and you're not a doer. And you don't need the doubt. You don't need to hear, you're not going to be able to do that. How are you going to achieve that in that time? Is this possible? I tried that, it didn't work for me. You don't need to hear that. Just shock people with your victories. But whatever it is you're doing, you don't need validation from anyone. Do it for yourself. Like, I am doing YouTube because, one, I want to help people, and two, I want to document my life. I want to look back in 10 years and be like, wow, I've come so far. Like, I'm so different to who I was 10 years ago. I've evolved so beautifully and I've flourished amazingly. And that's why it's important to just do what you want. Whatever your calling is, make sure you take action and you actually do it, because when you do, your life will just be so blessed and everything will flow into abundance. And I'm not joking. So just be mindful of who you talk your business to. Don't let people gossip about you. Sometimes less is more. Not everyone needs to know who you're talking to. Not everyone needs to know how much money you're trying to achieve. Not everyone needs to know the date that you're going on tomorrow. You don't need to tell everyone, because you don't need everyone's validation. If you have one friend that you trust, yes, tell your friend. But just even shock your friend. Shock yourself. Just show up for yourself. That's the most important message in today's episode. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you have a blessed day and a blessed week ahead. Peace.